I'm going to tell you a story. This story is about the turtle and fish. Right? This turtle is coming from a dry land to the water. He has a nice story to tell to fish. Now he's telling, hey, my dear friends, while I was walking to the water, I felt a nice breeze, a nice wind. And the smell of air was fabulous. Oh, this little fish is asking, my friend, today you are talking nonsense. For the fish, breeze, do you know what breeze is? What? Then the fish is asking, what is air? What is breeze? What is it like a water current? And what is smell? You mean taste? Because fish do not know what they never felt in the past. Fish do not have opportunity to see the air. They know only what is in water. They don't know what smell is. They don't know what breeze is. So when somebody tells about what you don't know, what you have never heard in your life, you look at the contents of his speech in your frame. You understand what I'm saying? That's why this fish is saying, oh, okay, what's the breeze? It's like a water current, what you're talking about? So fish cannot even think a little bit about what turtle says. Now here, who's the turtle? In here. Yeah, I'm the turtle. Okay, now you guys are the fish. And I was a fish a few years ago. And I heard this story from several turtles. Now I became a turtle because I wanted to jump out of the water and see what the dry land is. I jumped. I want you guys to jump. Have a courage to jump and see what this turtle says. But you will see through your frames. You have a frames to see the world. Like a love, you see, through the love you understood what kindness is. You understood it. Right? I'm going to tell you a deep part of Buddhism. That's why I need you to respect. You to respect what I'm going to tell you. Then you will understand. If you don't have a respect, you will not understand. And empty what you know. If you have lots of frames through which you see the world, it's very difficult to understand. You have to break the frames. You have to open and listen to me. Right? That's called emptying the cup before filling it. Otherwise, nothing will go inside. Right? So we have to get rid of all the frames of thinking to realize who we are. Okay? Now you're going to realize who you are and who I am. Okay, what the world is. So this is called Buddhism. Nothing else. Buddhism is not a religion. It's understanding the reality. Realization of self, realization of the world, realization of the dependent origination in other words, cause and effect. Some people know the cause and effect. Anybody knows cause and effect here? You know, right? So these are the main things discussed in the Buddhism. Isn't it real life? It's a real life. Okay? Okay, we'll see. This is a coconut tree in Ireland. This coconut tree came from a what? A coconut. That coconut came from where? A coconut falling out of the tree. That coconut came from where? Another tree. This is called cause and effect. It's very simple. So, to have something, there should be a cause. Okay, when you see rain, how rain comes? It comes from cloud. How cloud comes? From the evaporation of the water. The evaporation of the water came from the lake. There has to be a cause. Our body is here because of causes. What are the causes? Food. Okay? Then there is a cause for the mind too. The mind doesn't exist without having causes. How to realize self and the world? By understanding three things. Anicca. Anicca, some people know that. This is the Buddhist word to explain impermanence of the moment. So, when I ask who you are, then what do you tell?
Probably say I'm a man.
I'm a man.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're thinking about your past and the future. But actually you are is the moment. Is the consciousness in this moment is me. Isn't it correct? Yeah. We live in the moment. But then what happened to the past? Now, I was giving a talk about Buddhism a while ago. What happened to that? Why it became the past? Now I have a future to come. I'm thinking now, what happened? I can't touch the past. Now I have a future to come. Then what is this moment then? The moment also becoming a past. Here, then go come here, then I come here, then it becomes a past, right? But all the thing is, what you have to understand is we don't know what the current moment is, because I'm sitting on the current moment. Look, I'm sitting on the floor now. To see this floor, I have to move to the next spot to see where I was standing. So that's what happening to us. We don't recognize the current moment. We always recognize what's happened in the past or what is going to happen. Because I can't see the floor I'm standing on. I have to move to the next spot to see. This is example. Okay, I'm giving you. So people do not have ability to understand what the current moment. They always only know what happens and what's going to happen. So actually, who I am is the moment, this moment. Now I'm telling you what this moment is. It has to come with deep thinking. All right. The next one. Okay. Anicca is the impermanence of the mind. That means the mind comes and disappears. Mind comes and disappears. So I'll show you like a. That's what I did now. I'll show you the light here. Here. Now you can see the flashlight, right? The mind is like this. Okay. Look. It comes and goes, comes and goes, comes and goes, comes and goes. This happens in billions, more than 2 billions per second. Mind appears, you can call consciousness, the same thing, okay? Appears and disappears more than 2 billions per second. Like that, like that, like that, okay? So, when it appears, we call it a moment. What do you call it? A moment. There's another word for that. We call it 5 aggregates. Aggregation of 5 energies. Right? There's another word for that. We call it a bhava. I'm going to use these words in future. That's why I'm telling you these words. Okay? A moment. This is what light comes. It comes because of the causes. I'm explaining you what are the causes for this light to come. Light means the consciousness. It comes and disappears. When it comes with other energies. So my daughter made that the model to explain it easily for you guys. Okay. So when it comes, it cannot stay for a long time. It stays in a fraction of a second and it disappears. That is the nature of the mind, the nature of the consciousness. It comes with a cause and it disappears. When it disappears, it comes. When it disappears, it has the ability to make another mind. So anicca is coming and going away, and it needs causes for mind to appear again. Once it disappears, for it to appear, it needs a coconut, right? That's called cause. Coconut, to have a coconut tree, you need a coconut. It's like that. For the mind to appear again, it needs causes. So now we are going to talk about these causes and effect. We're going to cause and effect now. So anicca is impermanence of the mind. Impermanence of the mind. Okay, you can the objects are impermanent too. If you have a flower, it withers away with time. That is impermanence too. If you have a chair, it breaks with time. If you have a body, the body dies. Body gets sick, disintegrate. That is impermanence too. That is the impermanence of the material. But here, Buddha explained this to explain actually the mind. Dukkha you call suffering. If something is impermanent, if the mind is impermanent, will it give happiness? Now, if you're happy now, and then the mind comes and disappears, and it comes also with the causes, which I am not controlling them. It comes because of causes. Causes are coconut. What are the causes for the coconut tree? Coconut, fertilizer, water, air. You need everything for the coconut tree to come. The same way, once the mind disappears, for the next mind to come, it needs multiple causes. These causes are there. I am not controlling it. I cannot control. It is already here, and without my control. So if this process happens, mind comes and go, because of the causes which I cannot control. Will it give happiness? No, it can give only sadness. Why it gives sadness? Because I'm expecting the happiness, but it gives because I'm expecting happiness. Mind gives the sadness, but I'm not expecting happiness. Can it give the sadness? No, it can give you only neutral feeling. I'm explaining that too. Okay, just have this idea. Okay. Then there's another word called anatta. Anatta is if something is impermanent. Now, mind is impermanent. If something is impermanent and gives sadness, can you tell that the moment is controlled by self? No, it is selfless. So if this is a cause and effect, and I'm not controlling it, then can you say that I have a self in here? Can you tell that? Now I blame you. Shut up your mouth. You get angry. You get angry, or you wanted to be angry. No, you get angry, right? So that means I am controlling you. Do you understand? When I blame you, get angry. So for the anger, there are causes. My words and your past memories. Oh, this person talks louder, I get angry. Your past memories, past concepts. When somebody shouts to me, I should get angry. That's the past concept. So what are the causes? Past concept, my words. There are other reasons here. I'm going to explain that. Those two things you know that, right? The past memories or past concepts you make regarding the voice. If somebody talks loud, I have to get angry. You understand? So that's the one cause. The memory is the one cause. Oh, sound comes now from external world. Now the sound comes. There are other causes sitting in the bag. I'm showing you, which makes you angry. So it is not you people think. It's not I think. It happens automatically. So we call it anatta or non-self or selfless. So these are the most important things in Buddhism. We call it trilakshana in Buddhism. Anicca, dukkha, anatta. So three main things. Very difficult to understand. Okay, understanding who I am will lead to sensory and motor discipline. So now when you understand who you are, I'm going to explain you. And when you understand who you are and what the world is, who other people are, what the material is, you automatically become mindful. And your discipline, you get sensory and motor discipline. The meaning of sensory discipline is you will not want to use your eyes unnecessarily, use your ears unnecessarily, use your tongue, use your mouth, use your tongue, use your nose, and use your body feeling unnecessarily. Unnecessarily means you do not tend to get pressure from these 5 organs, and in the 6th organ, 6th sensory organ is mind. You are not using these all 6 organs. We call it sense bases. Okay, these sense bases for the pleasure too much. They are using when you are going to a party, you feel like talking, like gossiping. What do you do? Gossip, right? Asking the news and what happened, what is going to happen. You have a tendency to connect with other people. The neediness to connect, neediness to vomit your thoughts out. You used to vomit out, right? But your memories to the other people, we always want, right? Get connected. So when this happens, when we know who I am, you feel like, why should I tell these things? Why do I need other people's stories? Why do I need to watch news? Why do I want to know what's happening in other parts of the world? Why? If it is necessary, you will learn. You have to, right? So certain things you have to know, but you're not spending too much time on those. Then you will understand if you watch why I am doing it. Why people watch news. Okay, I'll explain you later. Okay, so I don't have time to explain lots of things, and so the person will start disciplining the sensory basis. He will not use eyes to get the details of the object. When you see when you see a man, you see a beautiful lady, you will not see the eyes, the nose, how the lips are, how the ears, whether it is white or black or the eye is long, colored. He will not see that. He will not go to the details because he knows that there is no pleasure in there. He's already knows. He knows who I am and who other person is, and he is impermanent and not controlled by myself. Right? So the mind is impermanent, the material is impermanent, and it's not controlled by myself. And if I'm attached to give me sadness, everything comes. So he's not going to see the details, and he's pleased. When he's when he's talking to a woman, the man is talking to a woman, he gets whatever necessary things, and he goes away because his mind is not trying to get a pleasure from that object. You will understand. It's that thing also you will understand with time. And the more, this is called sensory discipline. You're disciplining your eyes and ears. You're not listening to too much songs. Maybe 1 or 2 songs you like it, even though sometimes you feel like why we are listening to songs. I'm already happy. I know who I am. I'm already happy. The song will not give me a pleasure. For that you have to go to higher levels of mindfulness. That is to cut off, all the things you hear, all the things the pleasurable things you see, all the pleasurable things you taste and smell and touch feelings. When you go to higher levels, it will happen. But I don't want you to have that kind of a life because you have to lead the normal life in the family life. Yeah, right. So I want to stay between higher and the lower in the middle level. So that kind of a sensory discipline. So it will happen naturally, sensory discipline, because you are happy. You are not going to use it. So then the physical, motor discipline is your verbal discipline. Your words are always going to be nicer words. Your actions always going to be nice actions. You will not gossip. You will not lie. Right? You will not tell bad words. You will not tell another person's story to another person to make them angry. So those are the 4 main things. Bad things happen from the word. What are the other bad things happen from the body? Stealing, then killing, hurting other people, sexual misconduct. Those are the 3 main bad things. Okay. So then the thinking also becoming very clear. He will not think. He will not get attaching feelings or angry feelings or apathy feeling. People sometimes they stay not thinking. Apathy means like a lazy, sleepy. So that will also go away. Okay. So once you understand who I am, it leads to samadhi, concentration. So this is the Buddhism. Buddhism tells you how to know who you are, and from that you automatically become samadhi. Now, at the beginning I told you, you can do the breathing meditation or kindness meditation. There are several meditation methods. You do to get samadhi. Samadhi is correct concentration. But here, we are not doing anything. I'm just understanding who I am. I don't have to sit down and wait like this. I just know who I am. Once you know who I am already in samadhi. That's what I said. I told you at the beginning. To get the mindfulness, first listen from a person who is a meditator, then analyze it, then you develop loving kindness, then you get samadhi and sati. Okay, correct concentration and correct mindfulness. Okay. Samadhi will lead to understanding of real happiness. Okay, we are talking about this. is the correct happiness, is unshakable happiness. Nobody can shake it. Your happiness is not dependent on the world. The world is doing so many stupid things, bad things, but still I am peaceful here. So I'm not depending my happiness on the world. We call it, there's a nice word, unconditional happiness. My happiness is not conditioned on the world. It's not dependent on the world, okay? It's called unshakable happiness. So there's a pathway for that. That is the first one called sila. Sila is virtuous deeds. So to have this, your deeds have to be very, very good. Verbal deeds, I told you about, right? The nice words, no bad things, no lying at all, okay? No talking nonsense, no gossiping, no news, no Facebook, right? You can do Facebook. Why you have to understand why you are doing the Facebook, why you are using the Facebook. What's the reason? Always you do with the reason, right? So, and the most important is talking about another person and telling about another person's story to another person to make those two angry. We do know that that's a bad thing, right? So that also you have to stop. And then virtuous deeds, when you do the good deeds from the words, like from through the mouth and through the body. But both deeds, good deeds come by good thinking. Good thinking causes good words and good physical behavior, right? Called sila. Then it will lead to correct concentration, and it will lead to something called wisdom. Here, wisdom comes. This is the most important part in Buddhism. So, when you have correct kindness, when you have sila, you get samadhi. When you have samadhi, you get wisdom. Wisdom. What is wisdom? If I say, like Albert Einstein, did he have wisdom?
Intelligence.
Is intelligence good? What's the difference between intelligence and wisdom? Intelligence is just the ability to shuffle your memories and bring a product which is pleasurable. That's called intelligence. We call it, there's another called intellectual intelligence. That people, it's an English word, nice thing it's called intellectual intelligence. Shuffle your memories. What Einstein, or Isaac Newton, what they did was, they observed something in concentration, not the correct concentration. It's a bad concentration, okay? The scientists and everyone, professors, doctors, what do? Is they observe with bad concentration, right? Everyone. You get information, then you shuffle with your memories to bring a product. The people say, I developed this, I developed internet, I developed electricity. So all comes from observation and shuffle with the memories we have. We cannot think. We are like a computer, programmed. But this programming happens every second. The new program is downloaded every second to our mind. The way of shuffling changes all the time. This happens automatically. I'll teach you how it happens. Okay? So we cannot think anything we didn't know. If I show you something you didn't know before, will you understand? No. There are so many things happening here now. We don't recognize them because we don't have symbols, past memories, symbols. We don't have to understand them. That's why fish can't understand what turtle says. You get my point? Okay, what we know is what we already knew. What we bring out, what we already knew. Science is the same. If somebody says he's a genius, he is not genius. He had the concentration, and his mind brought, connected the new observations with the past memories. That's it. You understand? The wisdom is not assorting or not shuffling things to bring a favorable product. It's not called wisdom. It's called ignorance. It's called ignorance. The wisdom is to understand why this thought, why this mind came. If I feel to do something, why I want to do something. For example, if I'm here now, my mind says to go to the window and see whose car is that? Oh, it's a nice car. Then, when it happens, I think, oh, why I want to do that? It happens. The reason for that is, I am bored. I am sad now. That's what you have to understand. That's called wisdom. To understand why my mind wants to realize this. Why my mind wants to see this. Why my mind wants to hear that. Why my mind wants to move me to move. Why? Because I was bored here. Do you know the point? You understand? Oh, my mind says to go on a vacation, to have fun. When you get that thought, you say, oh, why my mind says that? Because I am bored. Once you go on vacation, when you're on vacation, what my mind says? Go home. To get fun, with rest. That's what happened to us. Because we don't realize that the wanting or neediness what we have is coming from the body. Because ability to recognize this called wisdom. Thinking back, why this is happening for the wisdom. So all the scientists, all the professors, all the professors, everything, they don't have wisdom. They all have ignorance. To get wisdom, you have to meditate. That's why we meditate. Okay. So this is the panya, the wisdom part. This part only taught in Buddhism. No any other philosophers talk about this. Aristotle or anyone, Albert Einstein, they don't talk about this wisdom. This wisdom only is called correct wisdom. They call Samma Prajna, Samma Panya. Right? Samma Sati, Samma Samadhi, Samma Panya. Yeah. It's called Samma Panya. Samma means correct.